Have you ever felt like there's a secret code to sounding natural in English? Well, today we're going to crack one of the big ones, the secret order of adjectives.
So just listen to the sentence on your screen. He's a funny, tall teacher. Does that sound just a little bit off to you? If you're hesitating, you're not alone. Your brain is actually picking up on a hidden grammar rule that most native speakers follow without even realizing it.
You see, that off feeling isn't random at all. It's your brain recognizing that a pattern's been broken. So let's make that unspoken rule conscious and super clear so you can go from sounding like you're reading from a textbook to sounding truly fluent. All right, let's dive right into our first and probably biggest rule. This is basically your guide to describing people just like a native speaker would. Okay, so here it is, the first secret code, cracked. The order is height, then build, then appearance, personality, and finally, hair color. Now, I know what you're thinking. That seems like a lot to juggle. But here's the real secret. You almost never use all 5 at once. The true key to sounding natural is just picking 2 or 3. But, and this is important, the order is still crucial. Let's see what that looks like. This slide kind of maps out the sequence for us. You start with the most general description, their height, and then you move to more specific details, like their build, their appearance, their personality, and you end with hair color. Think of it like zooming in on the details. Let's take a look at this example from our source material. Patrick is a tall, good-looking, funny student. You see how it follows that pattern perfectly? We've got tall for height, we skip the build, we go right to good-looking for appearance, and we end with funny for personality. It just sounds right, doesn't it? And this is a fantastic example of how you don't need an adjective from every single category. Here we jump from friendly, which is personality, straight to blonde for hair color. The order is still respected and the sentence just flows perfectly. All right, so you've seen the rule in a few examples. Now it's time to put this into practice and see if you can spot the errors yourself. Here's the first one. I'm a serious, short person. It sounds a little clunky, right? So, based on the rule we just learned, how would you fix it? Go ahead and pause the explainer and think it through for a second. And here is the fix. The correct sentence is, I'm a short, serious person. So why is that? Well, because short is about height, and serious describes personality. And according to our rule, height always comes before personality. Okay, let's circle all the way back to that sentence from the beginning. He's a funny, tall teacher. Now that you know the rule, can you pinpoint exactly why it sounds off and how you would fix it? You got it. It should be, he's a tall, funny teacher. Once again, tall is height and funny is personality. Sticking to that height, then personality order makes all the difference in the world. Now let's get even more specific and crack the next level of this code. It turns out there's a special little subrule just for describing one of the most common features, hair. This one is actually a bit simpler to remember. When you're describing someone's hair, the adjectives follow a really strict 3-step order. First, you mention the length, then you talk about the texture, and you finish with the color. And this slide just lays it out perfectly for us. You always start with the length, is it long or short? Then you describe the texture, is it wavy, straight, or curly? And finally, you state the color, blonde, black, red. Length, texture, color. Simple. And just check out this example. He has long, curly, blonde hair. It's a perfect demonstration of the rule in action. Long is length, curly is texture, blonde is color. Easy as 1, 2, 3. All right, it is time for one last challenge, just to make sure this new rule really sticks in your head. Let's see how you do. Okay, your sentence to correct is, I have blonde, short, wavy hair. Take a moment, think about our new length, texture, color rule, and rearrange those words to make it sound completely natural. And the correct answer is, I have short, wavy blonde hair. We start with short for length, we move on to wavy for texture, and we finish it up with blonde for color. Following that order makes the sentence sound instantly more fluent. So, we've cracked 2 of these secret codes today. Let's put everything we've learned together into a simple, memorable takeaway that you can start using immediately, like today. Here are the 2 patterns in one single place. So for describing people in general, it's height, build, appearance, personality, then hair color. And for getting specific about hair, it's even easier. Length, texture, then color. This one slide is basically your cheat sheet. But hang on.
Before you start memorizing these long strings of adjectives, there's one last, very important tip. The crucial point really comes down to this magic number.
And this really drives home the point from earlier. The key to cracking this code isn't just knowing the order, it's knowing how to use it sparingly. I mean, stringing together 5 or 6 adjectives just sounds robotic. But in a natural conversation, 2 or 3 is almost always the perfect amount to get your point across fluently.
So, knowing the order is one part of the code, but knowing when to stop, well, that's the master key. It really makes you wonder, what other English grammar rules feel like these little secret codes that you'd like to crack? Keep that curiosity going. Thanks for watching.